come on, you have to be patient. But because my question is that, why if he loves me and we're going on around, this is happening? So it's going to be stupid for me to ask.
I got one for you for that as well.
Be patient
Let me just
and then believe.
one myself.
But certain people that don't have the courage, don't have the strength to actually wait and then believe that it's going to happen. What is he doing for them? Right.
No, let me go.
I got precept.
You read yours second, and you read yours.
Yeah, right. This is Deuteronomy 32:21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God.
So it said that Israel, we have moved God to jealousy. Okay, but
Which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people, and I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
right. So because we sinned against God, we sinned against Him.
Long time we don't.
He transgressed His laws.
That's why we lost
Broke
our
His
identity.
laws that He gave us. Remember on Mount Sinai, when we exited Egypt, and Moses guided us to Sinai, and then the chariot, the cloud appeared there, and the laws was written on stone. The laws. Then we received certain laws and commandments. Remember that? Yes. That's when we became a holy people. And the Most High said, listen, we have to keep them laws. We have to keep these commandments, these holy laws, so we be a holy nation. Because our culture is holiness, right? To execute laws and justices and judgment, right? We started breaking those laws. So the Most High said, you know what? I'm going to put the spirit upon other nations, weaker nations.
And that's love, brother. And that's love.
To punish you.
Let me do one more. Let me run one more.
You broke my commandments.
One more. This is Joshua 1:7. Listen to this. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from the right hand or from the left, that thou mayest prosper whitherso thou goest.
Right.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, and thou mayest observe to do all that is written therein. For then shalt thou make thy way prosperous, and then shalt thou have good success.
Right.
You see what I mean?
If we had kept those commandments, man, we'd be prospering. We'd be prospering and flourishing. And all these other nations, they'd be coming to us if for the want of all things. Right.
We've been the good one from day one.
Right.
Whoever came along, the Lord is trying to pick to teach us.
Right.
For not going by His command.
Right.
They've been wicked from day one anyway.
Right.
So why are we being suppressed by those ones that have been wicked?
Yeah.
Why not find the righteous one to actually oppress us?
Yeah. They're not righteous. They're heathens. The Most High, they're like bastards. The Most High dealing with us, not them. But the reason why the Most High using them to punish our servants, because they're our servants. They're meant to serve us.
He just said something.
It's like the Most High is using the devil to take care of us, to understand Him.
That's what he just said, didn't it?
To understand the Most High.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Like Job. Okay, you can put him to test, but don't kill him.
Yeah, don't kill him.
Make him suffer.
Make him suffer.
So he can understand me.
Right. Exactly.
That's too harsh, man. This time,
He said something about the wicked. This is Proverbs 12:26. It says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Because when we're around them, you see, like we're around these Edomites and that, they seduce us into becoming wicked.
That's it.
We're righteous. When we read it again,
I didn't get it.
this is Proverbs 12:26. It says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. The Israelites, the 12 tribes, we're the righteous.
More righteous than his neighbor, yes.
Right? And it says, but the way of the wicked seduce them. You know what seduce means?
Oh, very, more than 100%, 50%, 150% true.
Right. So that's why. See?
Put it this way, if you have a bowl of oranges, yes, and you put one orange is a bad orange in that bowl of good oranges.
Right.
Yes?
It's going to defile
That's
all
going to
of
defile
them.
everybody.
Yeah.
That's the same thing he's saying.
Right.
You understand? Because these other nations, they're really meant to serve us. They're weaker than us. These other, the Arabs, the Chinese, they're weaker than us, man.
Trust me,
They're
brother.
gonna be serving us. You understand? But what's happened is the God of our ancestors, because we sinned and broke His commandments, they
Elephant
made
and
them
mouse.
inclinations over us.
Tell him about
Made
the
us
elephant
at
and
the
mouse.
bottom. You understand? So now the Most High chastising us. Because He loves us, He's gonna chastise us with them. Most High is using them to chastise us, to punish us. That's right. That's why so-called Europeans are ruling over us.
You see,
Right?
you see the wrongness. Okay, I wouldn't call it wrongness, because if I call it wrong, then it means I'm doubting the highest being. So, but in my conception, I see it as wrong because it's not everyone as strong as you and me. And then, no, because if he's gonna use someone to teach me a lesson, and when I already say that, okay, I got enough, and this one is not listening, he still beat the crap out of me.
All right, can I answer that,
So
brother?
he's going to change my mind.
Definitely.
He's going to change my mind, and then I'm just
I've
going to
got the
say
scripture.
whatever I have to say, just to make this pain stop.
You have
In a
it.
sense,
I've been right.
we not meant even to be here. So God is giving these people more power to keep oppressing us, and then even when we go to the limit, just leave us alone. They're not doing it.
Right.
And then there's more coming.
Right,
Look
right.
at Libya.
Right.
Look
Yeah.
at Libya.
Right.
There's people being sold from
Right.
Libya, being
Right.
taken to China.
Right.
People in China actually ordering human meat now because where they're getting the supply
Right.
from Libya.
Right.
You're a refugee, I say. Nobody
Right.
knows about you. They're taking you straight to China and let's go. You end up in a restaurant. They tell you got a job, they end up in a restaurant and chop your skin off and then
Right.
your meat gets sold up. Your organs get taken to the hospital. Your skin gets sold up in fast food.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
Up to this extent.
Yeah.
So if I see things like this, I'm glad I can discern the difference. Like, you know what? Something is going on. But if I didn't have that intelligence, I'm probably thinking that this is wrong.
That's the
and then
judgment
I'm
of the
going
Lord.
to kill the next Chinese person.
That's the judgment of Yahweh. You see, I understand fully what's going on over there in Libya. They're raping us, they're selling us, they're hanging us upside down by our feet. They're doing all kind of madness to us. But that's what the Most High has ordained, that judgment on us, man. The Most High has given us into the hands of the heathens, so they can rule over you.
You got
They
it,
can
yeah?
do what they
No,
like.
no,
to
I
us,
don't know.
man.
I got something.
I've got
And we
one.
can't. We have no power to do anything about it. We can't do nothing about it.
Brother,
Why?
I got-
Because this is our time to drink from the cup, to drink from that cup of punishment.
I've got a
But
precept
now
for
that
that.
cup of punishment,
What you got there?
one day,
Got some?
it's going to pass to the other nations.
Jeremiah
And they're going to have to
16.
drink up that cup. They're going to have to drink up the cup of punishment
10
for laying their hand on us. Now read what you have.
No, I got something here now. We're talking about what is this now? 2 Timothy's. Where am I? 2 Timothy's 3:7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Right.
Yeah, right. So you have some people that you have
You see,
some of
because he
our
doesn't
people-
understand. You said about the understanding, and he's wondering why this and why that.
No, read that again so you understand.
Right? This is the rampant sin in the last days. Yes. This is 2 Timothy 3:7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Right, so you have a lot of our people, okay? They're wondering, if God love us,
Yes.
why are we suffering like
Yes.
this? Why?
Ah,
So they- so-
I didn't get it from where he's telling me.
So-
Are you talking the same thing?
Yeah, we're talking the same
Yeah, but
thing.
he read something different, he
Because
said something.
he's saying, listen, they're ever learning and
Yes.
they're never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Yes.
Some of our people, the majority of our people, they can never come to the understanding
No.
why they're going through
Why
what they're
this is
going
happening?
through. Why? Because they don't understand that the world they don't see controls the world we do see. And the God that we don't see is punishing us
That's it, brother.
because of our wickedness, because of our
Yeah, but
sin.
we done wrong. We can accept it. Like,
As-
come
as-
on, it
but
can't
we-
be going on.
Yeah, it's gonna have to go on for a certain time until he say stop.
much.
All right, because
Never too much,
get up Joel 14 and
I've got a little precept for you.
Go on, go on.
Yes,
Yes,
Right,
read it
this is Zechariah 1:15, and it says, I'm very sore displeased with the heathen
You see it?
that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
Don't break it down.
See?
Right, so like you said about why is it happening? Like it says here, the Most High is sore displeased with these so-called other nations, right? Because if you look at our history, that we've been under most nations, all the nations, the Ammonites, Moabites, they all had us sometime in the past in captivity, and he said, I'm so displeased with them because they're at ease. Remember, they got everything. We're at the bottom, and all these nations, and like in our neighbourhood, you got the Chinese man licking our wounds. You got the Indian man licking our wounds, and it says, I was little displeased because for us. The Mosai, what he done to us, that's a little displeased with us. But he says here, and they help forward the affliction. That means that they repetitiously do it to us. You see what I mean?
So
like
that's not little.
No,
They do it once, that's little, but when they repeatedly doing it,
no, he said that I was a little
overdoing it.
displeased with us.
But
The
we have,
Mosai
to, we have to
seems-
understand. We have to understand is that the Mosai has set an appointed time, okay, for them to rule over us. So this has to play out for a while.
Yes.
You have to bear. You have to
It's
bear
his
the
work,
shame.
you know. It's his work.
See, the
Yes,
Mosai do
Lord.
it in peace.
guess what?
So you have to accept it and
Mosai is
humble down
heavy,
and
man.
accept the punishment.
Heavy.
This for you. And right now, you see how nothing is happening right now.
Yeah.
The Mosai is being merciful.
Talk, brother.
He's letting you say, listen, I'm gonna give my people time to repent to me. To repent. Okay? So this time for you to repent. Okay, and say, Yahweh, forgive us, man. Forgive me. Okay, and have mercy upon me. Alright? And guide me. Alright? Because I understand that we've been wicked. The
Yes.
scriptures say we've been wicked.
Acknowledge your sin.
But acknowledge me and have mercy upon me.
Sin, brother.
Alright? Because right now, you want that mercy right now. Because the time is coming. The
Brother,
Most
I
High
don't
will
even
God
want this mercy for myself. I want the mercy from my other brother, the one that's not strong enough to assess the situation and understand it the way I understand it.
Well,
I don't know, maybe God already gave me that
because a lot of
light.
the way you see it, the majority of your people are not gonna make it. The Most High is not gonna deliver them because they're too
If you
wicked.
believe we're gonna make it.
No, you
But it's
can't.
taking
That's
too
what
long.
I'm trying to say. A lot of your people are far gone. They're too far gone. They can't be helped. They can't be helped. They're beyond help. They can't help them because they're too corrupt. So you summon some of your people they're like a lost cause, like a casualty. You're on war, when you're fighting war and you're running, you're on war and bullets are flying, people are dying. Some people get shot and you can't help them. You can't sit there and try to fix them. You have to leave
get
them.
shot yourself.
You have to leave them and focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, man.
I heard
You
it,
understand?
man. I heard it.
I
That's
know
a
I
good
feel
example.
selfish, but sometimes you gotta look at people like, no matter how much you tell them, no matter how much scriptures you show them, they're not gonna listen to you.
True.
They're too far gone.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
So sometimes you have to leave them and focus on yourself and brothers who are like you. Understand?
I've got a scripture for you there.
Understand? So wait. Read that. Two verses. We'll read this.
Right, second Esdras, for 36 or
Read
45.
for, 30, where are we? Excuse me. 36.
Second Esdras 4 and 36.
Read loud.
And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he have weighed the world in the balance.
So the Most High has weighed the world in the balance. Because he knows the balance, right? Go ahead.
By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until said measure be fulfilled.
Lick it,
You
brother.
understand? So it says by number has he numbered the times. See, the Most High weighed the world in the balance,
Balance,
right?
brother, balance.
See, I'm say if I am the Most High, I have the world before me and I'm weighing the times in the balance. By number have I numbered the times. By measure have I measured the times. And I'm not gonna move or stir the times until the said measure is fulfilled. You understand?
He's bound by his
say,
word.
So say if you have the so-called white man's time, I am the Most High. I'm not gonna do nothing to the times until it's fulfilled. So I'm gonna let the white man rule. Alright? Because I have a certain time for him to rule.
I've got to bring this out. You
Right?
just said that.
Until it's fulfilled, I'm not gonna move or stir it. I'm gonna let him rule. Let the white man rule. Let him do what he's doing. Read that again.
No, let me just bring you just said that. This is Job 14 and 5.
Wait.
It says, seeing his days are determined,
Yeah.
the number of his months are with
Wait,
thee.
hold on. No, we're gonna get that.
Oh, you only get that, okay.
Finish. Read
You have to wheel and come again with that, brother. You have to wheel and come.
I didn't
Right,
get it.
so second
Let me
Esdras.
explain. I just want to get. I want to relate back to the script now.
Start from verse 36.
Second Esdras 4 and 36.
Nice time.
And unto these Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance.
Go ahead.
By measure hath he measured the times.
By measure has he measured the times, right? So certain times, that certain time of for example, for the ancient Babylonian, they had their time, okay, and it was fulfilled, and they were taken out of power, and then the Medo-Persian came afterward, and then they had their time, and then that time ended, was fulfilled, and then the Greeks came. You know what I'm saying? So the white man has his time now. Esau has his time now. Right? Go ahead.
By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
So that goes back to your question. Back to what you're saying. You're saying that we suffered so much. So when is it going to end?
Yeah.
So when is it going to end? So I said that it's not going to end until this time is
That's it,
fulfilled.
brother. The season.
It's fulfilled. Understand?
Give me so much answer.
Brother, this is
More
deep,
than I can
brother.
get from
It's
a
deep,
priest.
brother.
More from where I can get from anywhere, any church I went to.
Yes.
In a little time.
That's why we have to lift the banner. That's why we have to lift this banner. We have to lift it. This is the
Guys,
banner.
can you look after these guys, please? Guys, I'm not gonna be. I don't know if I'll see him again. Can you look after these guys? He can elaborate more to those people like me that don't know the answers.
Don't worry, man. Trust me, it's nothing. It's really the Lord. It's Yahweh.
Yes.
It's Son Yahweh Shai. Working with
Breaking
us.
it down. That's what we need. Because you know why we lost? It's because we're too ashamed to ask questions. We too proud to go and feel so little to ask a small question. You're already grown up. You didn't learn when you're young. You're grown up, but you don't want to ask the young questions. You feel that because you're big in age, already past that level, I can't ask that little question there, and the people will laugh at me.
What's that
know?
scripture? Until you be converted like little children, you will know why it's get the
Oh,
kingdom.
you got something. Look at this guy. You see, he's got something about that.
You know what I'm saying? What's that scripture? Because
that is a big problem, you know.
it says, at least you be converted like this little children. And that's it, Matthew 18. Get Matthew 18, verse 1. Now we're now just going to read it and just listen to it. Matthew 18, verse 1.
I would love to be like you, just like think of something and relate it straight to the script.
Trust me.
Relate it straight, like facts, you know.
And it's the spirit working that
Right, Matthew 18 and verse 1.
Listen.
At the same time came the disciples unto Yahweh Shai, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahweh Shai called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right, so basically Yahweh Shai, so-called black man, a brother, Yahweh Shai, when people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, he had disciples, and his disciples came to him and said, listen, which one of us is going to be the greatest in the kingdom? And then Yahweh Shai looked at them and said, and he brought a child over and he set the child down and he said, listen, at least you like come like this child here. None of you, read that again. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 18 and 1. At the same time came the disciples unto Yahweh Shai, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahweh Shai called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Exactly, so you have to become like a child. Meaning what a child don't know nothing. A child is, listen, a child is not proud. A child isn't, I'm not going to listen to you. A child don't know nothing. It's like a blank sheet of paper.
It's like a learning process, you know. When you can only ask a question to learn, you don't disapprove.
Right.
So whatever is being told to you is that you can hear it and then come back and challenge it.
Right.
In a sense.
You understand?
If I'm saying the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
So a child don't know that. A child is submissive.
Yeah, he ain't full up of philosophies yet or anything.
Exactly.
You know
A child
what I
is
mean?
clean.
Yeah.
It's a clean mind. You know, a child will challenge what you're saying. A child will argue with you because a child don't know anything.
You're right.
Take that from you now. And that is what, after everything we spoke about, I'm gonna go out with that now. A child. I'm gonna keep everything and I'm gonna develop everything out of a child.
But
If I was a child.
this is the truth here. Don't you see the Muslims and all them people there, they're just gonna confuse you. If you gotta take right here that you're an Israelite, alright? Your ancestors is Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, alright? Them people, these are your ancestors. When you read the Bible, you're reading about your history of your people.
But this Bible, I'm glad you explaining this Bible to me.
Okay.
Someone else can take this Bible and mislead me.
Yeah, because they've got the wrong one.
I felt like that
See, the
after I
They can
Christians,
be using the same one.
exactly, but they've got
Glad
the
you
wrong
doing the
understanding.
same to me.
They've got the wrong understanding of it. We have got the true understanding. Okay? We're the ones telling the truth of the Bible. The other ones, they
I
come
remember
up with the
being,
white Jesus philosophy. And that's the wrong one.
Brother, before I go, any website, any website.
All I can say- all I can say-
I'm not gonna go like this till I get something.
yeah, sorry.
I can go home and then use the internet to get some knowledge. You kind of a knowledge. Someone going on like YouTube video, like
Yeah, go to
anything like a
YouTube.
reference.
Go to YouTube and type in Great Millstone Hebrew Israelites. Write down on your
I
phone.
don't have no pen.
You have a phone? Save it as a text message.
I rather put it in a piece of paper.
Hey, go, brother. I write it for you.
Oh, teamwork. Please, I want to go home. I don't want to just go there and then I lose it and then
YouTube and then type in Great Millstone Hebrew Israelite. Watch
Well,
videos.
and put in forecaster as well.
Right here.
GMS
right here.
for is it GMS.
Please, you don't have one. This is the communication right here. Because we're gonna find out there's not many people you're gonna see out here listening. Alright? There's only gonna be a small amount listening. Small amount taking it seriously. You see, because our people, we're attracted to a large number,
GMS
a big
London
congregation of
forecast.
people.
So you can see
No, you're not
yourself.
you're gonna have like a small amount of people listening, bro.
No, there's no congregation.
Just it's out here.
But you can still find.
Yeah, I know. This time the Most High does it. Where we're out here in the streets and the highways and byways teaching.
Another thing, because I'm just in a person for learning. How would you compare yourself like to, the American style, like the
Tell him on that one he can see himself today.
Farrakhan and Malcolm X, this black Muslim? How do you compare yourself to them? You got nothing to do with them.
No, we got nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna search it. I will see you. Where's the other brother? I noticed him. He's gone already. Yeah, the one that was in the middle here.
He's not feeling well, I don't think.
You see, he's warm up. He's not well, yeah?
You get to notice, oh no, look at that, he's not well, but he's still coming up and stand up and trying to help another person. Yeah, but I notice him most of the time from Camden, most of the places.
Okay,
You know?
yeah.
So he even noticed me, he related to me because he
good.
saw me on TV or whatever nonsense. But yeah,
All I'm trying to say is,
man.
man, once upon a time we were together. Once upon a time, the people of West Africa, we were one. Before Ghana,
there he
before
is.
Nigeria, we were one. And we spoke one language.
I don't believe in the whole Africa. I believe in the Congo Empire. The Congo, what I mean by Congo with the K-O. You know, when there was this Ampiriba Kuba, there was the oldest map before the temple with the map. That's what I believe on. And then there was no such thing as country. There was borders, of course, yeah, but it was wide. The whole Central Africa was like one empire. And if you look at it today, it's about more than 7-8 countries.
It's big.
The Mali.
Within that one
continent.
empire.
Was it the Mali Empire, yeah?
No, he's talking about
the
Congo.
Congo.
Oh, the Congo, okay.
You're right in the central.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
The Central
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah. So it was a big, and then now if you look at it, I'm not talking about the north, the south, because this Congo Empire was taken from east and west. Forget the north and south. East to west, it was one empire. But now, for you to go from east to west, you have to cut through like probably 3 countries.
Yeah.
Don't even count going upwards.
Okay. But you see this too? We're focused on getting back to our land of Israel.
Talk it, brother.
Going back
Which
to
one do you
the
think is-
ancient land.
Which one do you
Remember
believe is Israel? Which one do you think is the promised land?
that land there, that
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Oh, that same place there.
Yeah, that's
Palestine.
see, you have to understand. You have to see with your spiritual eyes. that's the land that we once came from. You understand? Before we migrated to Africa, because we migrated to Africa, we wasn't always there.
I always thought that we migrate from Africa upwards.
No, we went from upwards
the
downwards.
Nile.
From upwards downwards. You understand?
Yeah.
We wasn't always from Africa. We wasn't always from there.
I got it there.
We got the history to prove it. We got the documents to prove.
Well, which one?
We had the Romans. You know the Romans?
Yeah.
The Romans persecuted us and we fled into Africa. We fled there by the millions to East Africa, North Africa.
Are you talking about
We're talking about 2,000 years ago.
the Moses thing that when the Egyptian ran away?
No,
famine and everything.
no. I'm not talking about that.
Before or after that?
So talking about where's it again?
No, you know when the children of Israel went to Egypt because of the famine?
After that. Long after that. All right. 2,000 years ago, this happened. When the Romans had us under tributary, we were paying taxes to the Roman Empire. That's to the point where they came and they burnt the temple down, and then we fled.
But it's happening now. It's happening now. African countries are paying colonial taxes to France, to Britain. It's happening now. Whatever time was that? If you
Got it here,
come
right?
back, that is a long time.
Now listen to this, my brother.
This is a black scholar, Rudolph Windsor, yeah? So-called Negro. This is what he wrote. He said,
You're gonna have to send me one book right now.
this is this is page 84, first paragraph. It says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey
The
captured
Roman
Jerusalem.
armies captured Jerusalem, but
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter.
so what happened was the generals Pompey, was it
Vespasian
and Titus, they put an end to the Jewish state. They put an end to basically Jerusalem. Okay, in 70 AD. You can look it up. Okay, go ahead.
And it says, with great slaughter, during the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
Exactly. So we fled into Africa because the Romans, they besieged Jerusalem. They burned the temple down.
Black Jewish, so say Israelite slaves.
Yeah, because the word Jew is short for Judah. Judah. We're
I
Judah.
go to Stanford Hill. This is not what I see.
That's what I choose.
Yeah, the synagogue of Satan.
No, they came from Cocos Mountain, Russia, part of Russia.
Synagogue of Satan.
All this Queen in Germany. Oh, this is them. Yeah, see, I know. See this. They're not even part of this list.
Right.
They're not.
See Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
They're not part of this.
We're the southern kingdom. We're Judah. We represent Judah.
No, okay. This one is Stanford. They call themselves like part of.
Yeah, they're not the Jews. They're so never mind. Forget them.
You see, people they don't even relate themselves into anything relating to Jewishness.
Yeah, no.
I know.
They want to be us. They want to steal what belongs to us. That's how valuable we are. We're so valuable that other nations want to take us. They want to take our identity. They want to take our culture. Okay?
We need to get together.
They need to take our land. See, that's our land in Israel. The temple there, that's our land, man. Okay? Say what?
I don't want to doubt.
You're seeing them. I can't see that. You're going to see it. But video.
For us to get back to the track.
I got a scripture he just said that.
The strongest one, there's no one to actually uplift them. And then there's few, like you and the brother there, that stay strong and keep maintaining the strongness. Man like me, I don't care, I get down. I don't need no advice, I will get back up by myself. Whenever the person can do the same thing as me, Because if I go down and I don't have you to come and pick me up, what happened to me? It's a failure.
You need that constant edification and nourishment. You need that constant teaching and guidance. Yeah, because we're out here every Saturday. Every Saturday we're out here. You come look for us, we'll be standing here, man. Waiting for you, man.
I've got a scripture for you. You said about what the Jews. This is Revelations 2:9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Read that again.
It says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
So the Lord knows your tribulation. He knows your poverty. Go ahead.
But thou art rich.
But you're rich at the same time. Why? Because you have this knowledge. You have this wisdom and this understanding. That's why you're rich at the same time. Go ahead.
And the kingdom of heaven is for us as well. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
So I know the blasphemy of them that say they're Jews, but they're not.
I get it more from him than when you read it. You know what I'm saying? He's elaborating better. Yeah, I get it.
So it says, I know the blasphemy, I know the lies of them that say they're Jews, but they're not. They're pretending.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
But they're the synagogue of Satan. Them people there. They're the people of the devil.
These people are not really doing exactly what the guy is, what my brother just read there. So if they go in, if they're supposed to be, if they call themselves Jewish and they're actually proclaiming the temple of Satan, if I go to Stanford Hill now, I'll probably get more in trouble than this person there with that black hat.
They don't, police
So
don't trouble them.
more respectful than me. So me, I'm projecting. It's like the twisted story of
Yes,
this reading.
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I've got another one. This is Revelations 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold,
Read
I
a piece
will.
of paper. Read me what he's reading there now, please. That one particularly. That one particularly.
Right, this is Revelations 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
So
Is
the
that
Most
to 10?
High
Is that
gonna
to 10?
make them
No, that's
that
Revelation.
lie. They say they're Jews. The synagogue of Satan is gonna make them same people bow down before your feet
Telling you.
and worship. To know that the Most High loved you.
I'm not expecting
Not
that to
them.
happen now, but I know that will happen. I don't want to rush, but I know it will happen.
Yeah, it will.
There's a bit more meat on that.
See, our Father in heaven loves us, okay? And He's going to make our enemies to bow down before us, to know that Most High loved you and not them, all right? So that's going to happen in the time to come, all right? That's prophecy. That's something that will happen.
Right, and it says here,
Go ahead.
because thou hast kept my word and my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So because you've kept this prophecy, because you
What's
kept
that
it
again?
in your mind,
Revelations 3
and
and
you
9.
kept this
Sure.
word,
3 and
and
9.
this understanding and this wisdom.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
10. And he says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right, so a time of temptation is coming. A time where the Most High is going to prove you.
Yeah, I think it's that definition, right?
The time, you're right, this is a time of wickedness, a time of temptation, but there's going to be a time where the Most High is going to test you, a trial of your character, to see whether you deserve to be delivered. Alright?
I hope you tested me already.
Yeah, but the Most High is going to
Because
test
if
you
there's more
harder.
coming, I'm probably going to fall.
Hold on.
tested me
Remember I said
already.
about holding on. You must hold on.
No,
That's your
me
strength.
Me
Because if you
personally,
let go,
I hope he tested me already, because otherwise, if I can see worse than what's going on now, I swear I'm going to snap and I'm going to fall. I swear I'm
But we
going
all
to
feel that,
I'm
bro.
going to
We all
fall.
feel that.
don't